Hello, welcome to Mideast in Depth. Rami Khouri writes an article in the Beirut-based Daily Star where he looks at what he calls the intense debate taking place across the world in recent months about the precise nature of and motivating forces behind ISIS, which is impressive and useful but still incomplete. Khouri argues it will nevertheless allow all concerned to have a more accurate understanding of what this group is all about and why it attracts adherents from across the world. This is critical to developing a policy to defeat it. The birth, incubation and growth of ISIS reveals that multiple reasons for how it has been able to reach its current condition of controlling territory and waging mini-wars on several fronts. Khouri says what remains unclear is the lack of evidence that any serious efforts will be made now and in the years ahead to tackle what he believes is the single most important underlying reason for the ISIS phenomenon, which is the modern legacy of mediocre and authoritarian governance systems in the Arab countries, a few thousand nutcases and lost souls who travel from Western lands to join ISIS are important case studies for psychologists and political sociologists who need to focus more on why some of their minority and immigrant youth routinely become alienated and radicalized. This is a sideshow, he says, however, and not a core element in the battle to defeat ISIS. Khouri concludes if ISIS and other such movements are to be defeated and not reappear in new forms that are shaped by the same underlying drivers of discontent, we need to see tangible signs of change in the way Arab societies are governed. Those signs, he fears, are still missing from the array of forces being lined up to fight ISIS. And moving on to Israel, where Amir Oren, Syrian correspondent and columnist for Haaretz, writes an article assessing Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech at the US Congress yesterday. Oren says if this was supposed to be the peak moment for Benjamin Netanyahu's campaign, he is in terminal condition. He adds his speech to Congress was much ado about nothing, delivered with an attitude of resignation to his loss of the premiership. Netanyahu seemed like he was making plans for the day after his defeat, not a timeout from politics like the one that followed his 1999 loss, but a bid to become defense minister in Isaac Herzog's government. His argument is already prepared. The bad deal with Tehran only postpones the threat of Iran's nuclearization until 2025. For the sake of the nation, for the sake of humanity, Netanyahu must stick around to thwart the danger waiting for us around the corner in just another decade. He's willing to give up the prime ministry and focus on defense. The Haaretz senior adds what a pity was that Netanyahu, having generated so much interest in what he would say, didn't bother saying a word about an agreement with the Palestinians. Peace on its own, with no mention of the vision or the price, is an empty word. For more updates, please visit levant.tv or subscribe to Mideast in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching and bye for now.